Okay, namaste, and I'm back again, and it's a very long gap, more than 2 3 months gap. Uh, I got so many emails and so many WhatsApp messages from so many people and followers from across the globe. I'm so delighted. I'm so lucky that you people miss me that much. You people really love me that much. It's amazing to see the response. Okay, so uh, today I will talk about Rahu Ketu transit. Yeah, I have already long back, written about Rahu Ketu transit, 2017 to 2019. Uh, I was supposed to make a video, but then it was festive seasons. There was Ganpati, then Pitru Paksha, then now Navratri is going on. So couldn't get time. And then whenever there are transits happening or some festivals, then those are the Muhurat times. So I get busy with n number of things, rituals, pujas, sadhanas, n number of kriyas, n number of other things, for all my global followers and students and the general seekers. Okay, so Rahu Ketu already transited to Cancer and Capricorn or Karka and Makar Rashi on 9th of September 2017. Now this date, 9th September 2017, this is the date of the true Rahu Ketu transit. Yeah, Rahu Ketu calculations are done in two types. One which is people take that 18 years average and take out the mean position, and from that mean position they arrive on a date that on this date Rahu will be transited. Naturally, Rahu is not a visible planet; it's a shadow graha. Rahu Ketu both they are the shadow planets. So there is no such exact scale to understand their exact motion. But the eclipses, the grahanas, are called as the Rahu Darshan Kal. Yeah, the Rahu can be seen only in Grahana Kal or eclipses. The shadow on the sun, which you see, that is nothing but the Rahu. So eclipses are the important points in calculating Rahu Ketu's exact position, and this is called Drik Ganita. This is called the Drik Siddhanta of mathematics of Vedic astrology or Jyotish. Yeah, 100 years back, people were calculating the ephemeris of Panchangas on Surya Siddhanta. Surya Siddhanta is the classic uh, treatise on Vedic astrology. The theory and postulates which are the theory and postulate which are devised in Surya Siddhanta are the base of all the astronomy schools across the globe. I have myself spoken to n number of astronomy schools across the globe, and these people begin their astronomy studies by studying the Surya Siddhanta, and then after few sessions or few lectures, they tell the students that because there is 0.0005% difference in the distance calculated in Surya Siddhanta, or the diameter calculated by Surya Siddhanta, diameter of the earth calculated by Surya Siddhanta, there is 0.0005% deviation. Hence, we cannot rely on Surya Siddhanta. But they all basically base their calculations on Surya Siddhanta. But over a period of time, even the mathematics and Siddhantas and theories needs to be corrected. Yeah. So that's why Drik Siddhanta came 100 years back, and Mr. Venkatesh Ketkar from Pune, Maharashtra, was the pioneer in coming ahead with that Ketaki Ayamsa, or that Ketaki Panchanga, or Ketaki Ephemeris. Yeah, remember this name, Venkatesh Bapuji Ketkar. This man has immense contribution in Jyotish, in Vedic astrology. If this man wouldn't have been there, and if he wouldn't have had documented his thoughts and his vision, we wouldn't have got the Ketaki Ayamsa, which is termed as Lahiri Ayamsa in current and modern times. We wouldn't have got that. This man discovered Pluto 20 years before the Westerners could, even think about Pluto. Yeah. So Venkatesh Bapuji Ketkar from Maharashtra, he was a hardcore Marathi Brahmin, and deep study into Vedic astrology. His books are very rare to find. If you find some, please read those. Those are very important books and backbone of Vedic Jyotisha in modern times. He had written about nakshatras, and he had written about Jyotir Ganita and a number of other things. So that is Drik Ganita. Now, what is Drik Ganita? Or what is the Drik Siddhanta? The Siddhanta was already there, but Venkatesh Babuji Ketkar gave his contribution to it, corrected it, and because of that, we are using the current Ayamsa, and whatever we know now, it is all dedicated to Venkatesh Bapuji Ketkar. Yeah. Now, so yeah, what is Drik Ganita? So Drik Ganita is basically whatever is visible in the sky. Your ephemeris or your maths must tell us that. We will not go by the maths. We will go by whatever is visible to my naked eyes. If I am seeing no moon in the sky, that means it is a no moon night or no moon day, or it is an Amavasya. So if it is a no moon Amavasya, then I should rather see no moon in the sky, right? If it is written in the ephemeris or the Panchanga that it is Amavasya, and if I am seeing the moon in the sky, then that my calculation is wrong, right? Similarly, now I'm giving you a very clear and loud example why we have to check whether the events are there in front of our eyes or not. But 21st of August, there was a solar eclipse or Surya Grahana across United States. Yeah. And the mean Rahu was already transited to Karka Rashi or Cancer on 18th of August, I suppose. So just understand the situation. Rahu already transited on 18th August as per the mean calculation to Cancer, and on 21st Sun is in Leo or Singha Rashi. Okay, so Rahu is in Cancer, Sun is in Leo. Then how come the eclipse happened? Ideally, they should be in one Rashi. Yeah, that is a precondition of a solar eclipse, that Rahu, Surya should be there in one sign. Okay, but Rahu was already transited to Karka Rashi or Cancer, and Sun was there in Leo or Singha Rashi. So it is not visible. Rahu is already gone and Sun is in Leo and the Grahana is there. Yeah. So why it happened? It happened, that confusion happened because of the mean Rahu calculation. Now the true positions of Rahu, that transit happened on 9th September. So if I take the true positions, on 21st August, Sun was there in Leo and Rahu was also there in Leo. So Sun and Rahu were together in Leo or Simha Rashi, and because of that the eclipse happened, right? And that shadow which I saw on 21st August on Sun, that was Rahu, right? So that is called, the visible mathematics. So we should always go through the true nodes or the true Rahu Ketu positions, and it gives immense positive and perfect readings. Okay, so Jyotish is basically a real science. It is a Pratyaksha Vidya. I always tell my students, it is a Pratyaksha Vidya, and Pratyaksham Kim Pramanam. Reality doesn't need any proof, right? And Shastra says, Apratyakshani Shastrani Vivadastu Kevalam. Apratyakshani Shastrani Vivadastu Kevalam Pratyaksham Jyotisham Shastram Chandrarko Yatra Sakshini. So Apratyakshani Shastrani, those sciences which are not based on reality or the truth, those can only generate controversies. And Jyotish is a real science, and the proof of that real science is in front of our very eyes, and that is the sun and the moon. Chandrarko Yatra Sakshini. Who are the witness of this real science? The sun and the moon are the witness, right? So it is in front of our eyes. Yeah. So that is it, So we should always, because it is no real science, we're seeing it in front of our eyes. So we should only and only take into consideration the true calculations or the true positions of Rahu and Ketu, and we take all the grahas, they are calculated on their true positions. So Rahu Ketu should also be taken into consideration by their true calculation or true positions. Okay, so that was the mathematical part. I don't wanted to go into deeper in that part. Now, let's understand the Rahu Ketu transit and its detailed impact on all the 12 signs. Okay, I have already written 3 articles about this transit. I couldn't finish all the 12 signs in one go, so that's why I have divided it into 3 parts. In first part I have covered the first 6 rashis from Aries to Virgo, from Mesh to Kanya Rashi. The second part is your Libra, Scorpio and Sagittarius, that is Tula, Wrishik and Dhanu, and the third part is your Makar, Kumbha and Meen, or Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces. So these 3 parts are given in detail. I have compiled all the predictions in a ebook as well. You can directly buy that book from Amazon. Just go to amazon.com or amazon.in or wherever you are, whatever Amazon site works in your country. Just go to Amazon site and type Rahu Ketu transit, and you will find my book on Rahu Ketu transit. Just buy that. It gives detailed analysis of all the 12 signs. Naturally, in a family, there are at least 3-4 people, right? So you can read for all the people. And suppose you are of, say, Tula Lagna and Mesh Rashi. So you can read Tula Lagna results as well as Mesh Rashi results as well, and you can just try to mix it up, and you will understand the overall picture, right? So that book will help you out. So if you want to buy that book on Amazon. I'm giving the link below in the description. And those three-part articles, I'll just go through it because naturally, you have tuned into this video, so I should not disappoint you. And I'll just, try to briefly, just, cover some key bullet points of this transit. Okay. So let's understand. Let me share the screen. Okay. So, okay, this is my blog. Dilip-Rao.blogspot.in, and this is the article Rahu Ketu Transit 2017 to 2019 prediction for all 12 signs Rashis by Shri Dilip Rao, part 1. Okay, the same things which I briefed you now that it is a real sign in science. It doesn't need any proof, right? So, and Shastra says, Rushi Vachanam Pramanyam. The words of the sages are the proofs of the Graha Ganita. And the sages said that with changing times, we have to do corrections into the Siddhanta. So that's why corrections are inevitable, whatever the Siddhanta it is. Okay, even whatever we are calculating right now, even those calculations will need corrections in another 25 years, 30 years, 50 years. Okay, so let's understand directly Rashi wise readings of all the 12 signs. Okay, now these are the generic predictions. These predictions are generic predictions, and the results will be plus minus. The intensity will be major or minimum, maximum or minimum, depending upon the inherent strength of your kundali. If your inherent kundali is very strong, then the result can be much more positive. If your inherent kundali is weak, then maybe the results will be major problematic results. So let's understand these results for Mesh or Aries. Okay, Mesh Lagna or Mesh Rashi, Mesh ascendant or Mesh moon sign. Okay, so transit Rahu 4th house and Ketu in 10th house. Okay, what I'm saying here, saying here, take care of your parents. In next 18 months till 23rd March 2019, you might lose one of your parents. It is definitely a concern because the axis Rahu Ketu axis is 410 axis. It is all about parents, mother and father, right? So you better take care of your parents. Okay. Now you need to understand. See, if you have Mesh Rashi or Mesh Lagna people, if you have malefic planets in your 4th house or in your 10th house, then this Rahu Ketu transit will be a major severe problem for you. But if you don't have any planet in 4th house and 10th house, that is Karka Rashi and Makara Rashi, then the results will be much, much, much bearable. But if you have any malefic or any negative planet in your 4th and 10th house, then it's a problematic things for you. Okay. So fight, quarrels, misunderstandings with mother, father can disturb you, and your domestic as well as professional life uh, can get imbalanced for sure. Uh, Behave yourself. You need to really behave yourself. Self-talk, control is necessary. Silence and meditation will help. Do not react impulsively. Experience the experience. अनुभव की अनुभूति होनी चाहिए. You need to experience the experience. Let it absorb, and then you might politely have a dialogue with your parents, because yes, impulsively you can do major wrongs to yourself and to your parents. So first understand what happened, what is happening. Just hang on, take a day's time. Just let that thing sink in. Let that thing get absorbed into the system, and then politely, you think about all those things, or you discuss politely with your parents. Don't jump the gun. Yeah, don't jump the gun. uh, Patience are very important. It is says that Janani Janma Bhumi Swargadapi Sundar, the mother and motherland are as blissful as the heavens. Take care of your mother, father, and guardians. Yeah, mother and motherland are the most important things in one's life. Okay, you might be away from your motherland. That is all right, but take care of your mother. If you're away from your mother, see to, or your father, your parents, see to it, that you do something constructive for them with your money, with your efforts, with your time, whatever you can contribute. But you better work towards the well-being and welfare of your parents. It is very, very important and advisable. Okay, if you're having a plan of relocating to other place, buying some house, land or property, beware. Rahu is in fourth house, so it is a Vastu dosha. Fourth house Rahu is always Pitru dosha because it is in the mother's house. So it is always Pitru dosha, and at the same time it is Vastu dosha as well. So if you are planning to buy some house, property, land, or anything, buying, selling, anything related property, house, or even your vehicles, you better be cautious. Because what happens if you buy some property in this phase, there will be some kind of Vastu dosha in the property. The property must be haunted property. The property must be possessed property. Something, some or the other good, some or the other wrongs will be attached to that property. So beware. Just postpone your property related matters or your vehicle related matters for another 18 months time. Then, apart from property and parents, um, okay, people, friends, guests, if they are always coming to your place to visit or stay or just for fun, do not trust them. I mean it. Because whenever Rahu comes to fourth house, whatever those energies coming from outside into your house, or you going to others' house, it is problematic. I'm telling you, don't cross the threshold of anyone else apart from your near and dear ones, unless and until you trust the people, unless and until you completely swear by them, then and only cross the threshold of those people or allow them to cross your threshold and come into your house and then whatever eat and drink. So generally, what happens? See, Rahu is a Tantra Karaka. Rahu is the karaka for black magic spells and all kind of paranormal activity. So these people who might not be happy with your growth or your happiness or your past positivity, they might do something wrong to you. Yeah, in your home or in their home. So don't eat unless and until you completely trust those people. Don't eat or drink anything given by them as a gift or as whatever emotionally people force people. No, no, you have to eat at my place. You have to drink. No, you go for drink or something. No, beware. Yeah? Because you might fall prey to their goody goody behavior. You might eat or drink at their place or whatever they have bought in your place. Do not try to eat or drink from others hand. Okay, apart from that, okay, career front, because Ketu is there in the 10th house, changes in job is the common trend in these times. uh, don't get bogged down because of that. It will happen for the better. You will not be able to understand why I'm being uh, facing a lot of problems on the professional front. why I'm being humiliated, insulted, why politics with me on the work front. But it is happening for your good. If you have to move on, grab some another job, grab, if you're in business, grab some another client. If you want to, switch for another business, go for that. It's okay. It's happening for your betterment. You will not understand and realize it right now. You will understand and realize it post 2019 March, because whatever you will lose in terms of profession, you know, that will only give you fortune post 2019, and you will say that, oh, it was good that, I lost that job, because if I wouldn't have left that job, this good thing uh, wouldn't, had happened with me. Yeah, so that's a very good thing. So don't get bogged down. So this is the phase, definitely you're going through a transformation phase into the career professional front, and you need to be focused, contained, and composure plays a vital role. By February, March 2019, your life will take a new turn and you will be settled very well. And the reason for the stability will be the changes you have gone through in this transit. Yeah, so it's amazing. Just know, take care of all those aspects which I have uh, just told you. Uh, I hope this will help you. And if you want to go for a personalized reading, you can always call me. Okay, moving on to second Rashi, that is Rishabh, Taurus. Now here Rahu is in third house and Ketu is in the ninth house, right? You will be creative and full of ideas, but beware, check your ideas twice. It should not be the trap of destiny. Yes, I mean it. If Rahu is termed as Ardhakayam, the half bodied one, so the one who is not complete, who is only half, he will not be able to fulfill the desired task. Yes, Rahu is not full bodied, Rahu is half bodied, it is only the head portion, right? So the one, Ardhakayam Mahaviryam, the one who is half bodied will not give complete full result. Which, see, Rahu is a deceiver. What he does? He basically, weaves a trap for you. Yeah? You are settled somewhere nicely, but he will give you a huge, big picture in front of your eyes. A good salary, good money, good rise, good perks, this car, that to the house, everything. And you will say, "Oh my goodness, this is nice, amazing. Let me just accept it." You will accept it. Okay, you got it, and you got, say, um, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times of your salary. The package is, say 4 times of your package. You will do it for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 1 year. After that, that Rahu will leave you, because Rahu doesn't take things to conclusion. Rahu says, "I wanted to do this. You better follow me," and you follow Rahu. And then after 1 year's time, naturally Rahu has to move. In another 6 months time, then the Rahu starts losing its strength, and then the problem begins. Yeah, I have n number of cases in front of me where people switch their jobs. They were into nice lucrative jobs, doing very well, but with those promises, with that trap of destiny, they just got trapped into it. And after a year's time, the condition is really problematic, and today they are suffering like anything. And that one mistake will cause you major problems for next 18 years. I'm not saying 18 months, 18 years. One mistake in Rahu's transit, you will suffer for next 18 years. I mean it, take my word. Okay? So it's a problematic thing. better check your ideas twice. If you need, just go to some astrologer and show him the kundali. Go for a reading. Yeah, I'm always there. If you want to come to me, most welcome. Otherwise, there are n number of astrologers across the globe. Okay, so just be cautious on that front. um, okay. So Rahu is a deceiver, illusionist, magician, and hence will give you overconfidence, will give you tremendous ideas and concepts that can make you a successful person. But once you are into the battlefield, you will not be able to break the chakravyuha or the maze, the complex web of professional complexities and compliance. Yeah, so it's a problematic thing. Yeah, he will leave you halfway. You will not understand how to reach the conclusion, how to get out of the entire problematic things which got created. Okay, so what I want to tell you is that do check your ideas, concepts multiple times before you get into a new venture, initiative, or new responsibility in career or profession. Take calculative risk and see to it that you have a backup plan for worst case scenario to fall back upon. Don't jump the gun. You will certainly travel a lot for fun trips and for work related travel, overseas travel is for sure. The third house, Rahu, 100% fun trips or short trips for business work, etc. If you have a malefic planet in the third house, your siblings will be ruined with this Rahu transit. I mean this. If you have a malefic planet like Saturn, then Sun, Mars, or natal Rahu Ketu in your third house. Okay, this is for Rishabh Rashi or Rishabh Lagna people. If you have malefic planet in your third house, your siblings, your brother, your sisters will be ruined. Yeah, because it's not good. Absolutely not good. Then, okay. Okay, so if you want to give a shot in writing, poetry, any kind of art form, dancing, performing arts, healing, Reiki, hypnosis, magic, then this is definitely the great time. Yes, Rahu is nothing but magician. Yeah, he's a deceiver. So if you want to get into the art of deceiving, you're most welcome. This is your time. Food poisoning, gas leakage, poisonous substances can create harm to your siblings. So tell your siblings, beware. Your siblings are the target of evil eye, spells, and paranormal possessions, etc. So beware and alert them ASAP. They should strictly avoid drinking or eating with people whom they cannot trust. Most of the Tantra Kriyas are done with feeding some of the other eatable, which is charged with the ominous magic spell which can destroy the person's entire life. So do take note of the same. Your property and career related issues will be resolved to a much extent. Career will not blossom to the desired level and might have to face humiliation, insults, hatred on work front, and people will try to make you destabilize in career in this span. You will change couple of jobs in this phase, and frustration can make situations even problematic. Patience is the key in these times, and if needed, do not hesitate to go for a paid reading with me, and I'll look into your individual chart and we can do something to salvage you from this situation. And I mean this. If I am telling you that I can definitely do something for you, I can definitely do. See, Shastra is amazing. It is filled with n number of kriyas and n number of things which can help people, and very few people know those things. See these normal totkas or do this and do that and one thing here, one just those are not the remedies. The remedies is as per Vedic Dharma, the remedies as per the Vedic Shastra. Yeah, n number of things are there, and those are in our purview what to do and what not to do. Yeah, so that is it. Uh, your property and career related issues will be resolved to a much extent. Career will not blossom to the desired level. Okay. Patience is the key in these times. Okay. It is better to spend a few thousand rupees and get the Graha Yoga appeasement done. Absolutely. See, precaution is better than cure. Suppose tomorrow, because of your one wrong decision or because of these planetary conditions, if you fall in that trap of Rahu Ketu, you will not understand the magnitude of losses or problems happens because of this problematic Graha Yoga. So better, just spend in a few thousand, get a reading, and understand what are the do's and don'ts and what can you do or what cannot be done. Yeah. So you need to understand that. You will certainly become more religious and will do mantra jap, chanting, prayers, pujas, etc., and will bless you in many ways. That's your Ketu in ninth house, Dharmasthana. Ketu in Dharmasthana, the person will go to any extent for self betterment, for self well being, for self welfare, for self nourishment. Yeah? He can go to any extent. This ninth house Ketu is amazing for religious growth and blessings from the Supreme Lord. Yeah, so follow that, do that. Mm. Now, a simple home remedy for Ketu is Ganesh Upasana. Do Ganapati Puja and offer red flowers and Durva. Durva is the green grass. So, red flowers and green grass or Durva to Lord Ganapati, it will certainly help. If you want something very special, which will work for your 3 generations to come, you write to me. I mean it. You write to me, I will do something for you, which will help your next 3 generations. Yeah, three. I'm just telling you, it will help your generations to come. Yeah. Now, those are very powerful remedial measures. Cannot be uh, shared, on public, platform. Yeah. So you need to get in touch with me. Write to me, uh, and write heading in the subject matter. You write that Ganapati Upasana for Ketu. Yeah, I will definitely advise you. Um, okay, so I can summarize this transit as Bhoga and Yoga for you people. Wow. Bhoga and Yoga. Yeah. Now, Bhoga is, basically, it works in both the way. It is like enjoying the life completely, and because of that, the exaggeration, whatever you do, the exaggeration, because of that exaggeration, you will, see the problem. So the Bhoga and Yoga. Yeah? So it's an amazing axis of Rahu Ketu. Ketu is in Dharma, it is a Karaka for Yoga, and Rahu is in third house, and it is all positivity, travel and expressions and all, goody goody things. And because of that, that overconfidence, you will get entrapped into these traps of destiny. So this is bhoga and yoga for you people. You will witness all the good and bad bhogas of this material life and yet will be connected with the Supreme. What a contradictory statement. But that's the reality and you will witness it in next 18 months. So that's for Rishabh or Taurus ascendant or moon sign or Rashi people. My blessings to you people. Again, the same thing, you can always write to me for personal readings. Moving on to Mithun or Gemini, Rahu in Dhanasthana, that is second house, and Ketu in Ashtamasthana, that is 10th house. Now, second house Rahu. So this is basically, it's about money and wealth creation. You will earn phenomenally well in next 18 months. Your life standard will be high and you will really enjoy this phase. This Rahu will make you so greedy that you can go to any extent to earn money and wealth. In Sanskrit it says Sam Dam Dandabhed, all everything. Sam Dam Dandabhed means you will use dialogue, money power, at times muscle power, or will be wicked and use divide and rule policy as well. This is scary, isn't it? You will be crossing all limits to earn money. I know it is your turn to earn money, but it should not backfire. People use wrongful means to earn money and create wealth. Under the table money, black money, cheating, fraud, loot, misguiding people, and exploiting them. My God, that is going to be too much, and I'm sure one fine day you will get caught and will be repenting your adventurous behavior. Just see to it that you are on the path of dharma and earn rightfully. It is your turn, and any which way you are going to earn good money. So why all wrong practices? Do meditation on money and use rightful ways to earn and enjoy whatever you earn. I am happy for you people. See, second house Rahu, it gives immense amount of wealth, immense amount of money. And then people, see, money is energy, right? And once you're seeing that kind of amount in your account, you become crazy for that energy, for that money. And it shows on your face, in your work, in your walk, in your talk, your entire body language. That energy can be felt in your entire body language. Yeah. If you have a good amount of in your bank account, oh, chest up, chin up, smile, yeah, you're rocking, man. If you don't have money in your bank account, you're like this, right? So now this is your turn to earn money. Great, I'm happy for you people, but just follow the rightful ways, because see, whatever comes uh, in wrong ways, that doesn't last for long, and it doesn't give happiness. Yeah, because of that, people, they, late night parties and this and that and outings, and because of that, people fall ill, sick, and then they have to go to doctors and hospitals, and n number of physical pain, and that money goes into that. Yeah, so don't do anything wrong. If it is coming easily, why not accept it? But you yourself don't do anything wrong. Okay. So that is it. Um, yeah, so that's there. Then what is there? Um, okay. If you have Shani in Dhanasthana, now see, Saturn in Dhanasthana, right? So this is for Mithun or Gemini, moon sign or ascendant people. If you have Saturn in Cancer or Karka in your Dhanasthana, from Chandra, from Lagna, then whatever I have said will be a problematic thing. That money will not come that easily, because what Saturn will control, Saturn Shanidev will limit it. Shanidev is what? It is justice. It's like you have it's basically it's like having a goat, having the green fodder for the goat, and tying a tiger in front of the goat. You can earn from that source, this source, that money is yours. You can easily go there and claim. But Saturn is there, Shanidev is there. He will not allow you that. He will not, absolutely not allow you that. So if you have Shani in Karka Rashi, then you better be focusing on your own small ventures and just pass this time. Don't fall prey then. Then you will get caught. It's not good. The Dhanasthana is termed as the Maraka Sthana or the killer house. If too much wealth is there, then there are 100% chances that you will be spoiled. So don't spoil yourself. Okay, you will suffer badly on family front. Uh, yes, you will get disconnected with family members on emotional, physical front. Differences of opinion and arguments. For this is a very important. Now Rahu is in your family house. Second house is also family house. So what you will start, neglecting your family because your family will trouble you. Your family will create n number of issues. They will go into your veins. So you will say enough, enough is enough. I just want to move on, and you rather find comfort in others' family. Yeah, so you will start mixing up with other people's family, spend time with them, or if you're married, then uh, you will not like uh, your own family. You will go to your wife's family or whatever. But whatever family you are into, that family will not have that harmony for you for next 18 months. Yeah. So see to it that you don't broke the bonds. You don't break the bonds for uh, permanent, time. See to it that there are bridges available to go back to your family. Yeah, this is a temporary phase. Don't make it permanent by your own whims and fancy and your impulsive nature. Yeah, don't you? Yeah, absolutely not advisable. Yeah, because your people are your own people. Yes, differences, and number of things happen in family, but take care of your family. If you want to go away, just go away, but have the positivity intact so that tomorrow, if you want to come back, the bridge is always there. Okay. Um. Yeah. Apart from that, what is there? Okay. Okay, so you are also, see, Rahu is again, Karaka for black magic, tantra, etc. That is placed in the family. So some kriya, some paranormal activity, some tantra mantra spells, some black magic spells can work on your family, or someone from your family must be into it, doing it against you. So just beware on that front. Uh, okay, protect your family. Uh, if you are a teetotaler, non-smoker, vegetarian person, you will slowly start breaking your own habits. You will enjoy alcohol and find comfort in it. Smoking will give you the feel of authority and style, and you will also enjoy non-veg food. So all the vices or wrong habits can be adopted in these 18 months time. If you want to have fun, enjoy, but with limits. Let not these newfound attractions override you. Be in your own control. Yeah. So second house Rahu is definitely uh, wrong eating and drinking patterns and habits. Control on that is must. On the other hand, you will get some of the other issues like piles, annual ulcers, and it can really piss you off. Ketu is in the Ashtamasthana. Yeah? It is not good for your annual system. It's absolutely problematic. So, and see, many people who are above 40, they come to me and they complain this because why? Because they drink a lot. They drink a lot, and once you drink a lot, it is absolutely going to be a problem as far as the annual system is concerned. Okay, you will be kind enough to pay back people's financial dues, and if you are expecting any ancestral property, etc., that will be denied or met with severe legal crisis. Naturally, Ketu is in the Ashtamasthana, so it is a Rudra, it will not, definitely not give the ancestral property or inheritance very easily. You will tend to get help from mystic people, occult people, or some religious or spiritual people, but will not find the right person unless and until you have a Guru Kripa or grace of planet Jupiter in your natal Kundali. If Jupiter's grace is not there, then you might get cheated while dealing with religious and spiritual people. So choose people cautiously. You have to have the grace of Guru in your Kundali, because only Guru Kripa will show you the right path in these times. Yeah, so choose people rightly. If the natal Jupiter is not blessed well in your Kundali, then that's a problem. Okay, so you're susceptible to accidents, cuts, fractures, bone dislocation, burns, etc. So be careful while driving, traveling, or simply crossing the roads using staircases, etc. Yeah, because this Ashtamasthana Ketu, it will create problems. Yeah, falling from the bike, car accident, road accident, something or the other, burns, cuts, electrocution, uh, bone disjointment, dislocation of bones, something or the other will keep happening in this 18 months time. Rest all good for you people. If you need further help, always available, write to me or WhatsApp to me. Just go for a reading. Okay, moving on next, Karka Cancer. Okay, Karka people, Cancer people, the activity is happening in your Rashi. Rahu Maharaj is stationed in your Rashi. Okay, so great. It's all about being different, style, lifestyle, show off, and complete inward, outward, drastic change in your persona. Complete. See, Rahu in Rashi or Lagna, that means show off. Yeah, inner, outer, complete. You will be amazed what is happening with you. Yeah, the kind of growth and the kind of money and the kind of positivity and the kind of life and the kind of people you are going to be with, those are absolutely royal people. Yeah, good people, very big people, kind-hearted people. So you are going to enjoy all that blessings. Most successful people in this route transit are you people. Now there is condition. No Saturn, Mars, Sun, Rahu, Ketu is in Cancer, Karka, Rashi in natal chart or Janma Kundali. In your natal chart, you should not have any malefic planet in Cancer. Then this Rahu will bless you like anything. No malefic planet at birth in your natal chart. People will envy you, right from your clothes to your choices, to your speech, to your mannerism, to your company. Everything will be outstanding. You deserve this after a long gap. You are the chosen one. You will suddenly rise above any expected idea, and the growth will be beyond your imagination. You yourself will be surprised with your sudden growth. It is your time, friends. Enjoy the luxuries and pleasures this Rahu will offer you. Take my word, you will witness five-star lifestyle. You will be working with the best of the influential and rich people of your industry. You will be a rock star in this phase of 18 months. If you have any wrong planets in the Karka Rashi in the natal Kundali, then again it's a problematic thing. Yeah, since it is going to be a Chandra Grahana with Rahu, naturally, if it is, if you are having Karka Rashi, that means your Chandra or moon is in Karka and Rahu is also, the transiting Rahu is also there now. So it becomes a Chandra Grahana, a natal moon and transiting Saturn. So it becomes a Grahana Yoga. Yeah. So your mother or motherly figures of your life will be troubled, tortured, and might get severely affected. So take care of your mother or motherly people of your life. Um, okay, if you have Karka Lagna, but your Rashi is different. Yeah? If you have Karka Lagna, but your Rashi is different, then you don't need to bother about this transiting Rahu, because that Rahu will be without the Chandra in the Lagna, right? So that is it. Then the seventh house Ketu will be no good in terms of marriage, marital happiness, partner's health, etc. It will also tend to give you a social bad name. But that is okay, as all successful people have some of the other people saying wrongs about them. Do not bother about them, just move on. It's your time and must get your rightful place in your own life. You can handle people at the same time. Marriage will be into problematic zone. So keep your spouse happy and pay some attention to the partner. It is important, as your emotional mental balance is going to be the key to success, and once you are disturbed by your spouse, you might not be able to take full advantage of this transit. If situation is not getting controlled on marital front, write to me and we will fix it. We'll fix it by appropriate remedial measures. Rest all is great for you people. Just enjoy the goodness of Rahu Maharaj. For personal bookings, you can always write to me. Okay, next moving on, Singa, Leo. Rahu in the 12th house and Ketu in the 6th house. Rahu in the 12th house, foreign affairs. Yes, this is going to be foreign affairs for you people. Those who are dying to go abroad for any purpose, this is your time. Go for it. You're blessed and can relocate to any foreign country and start a new life. Those who want to work with foreign companies in foreign land, this is your time. Expenses will be certainly out of control, but that's the cost of your breaking free from rules, tradition, and customs. You will be a complete materialistic person and enjoy every single moment of your life. If you have Shukra, Venus in the Karaka Cancer sign, then it will be the epitome of material pleasure. Wealth, wine, woman, or man for ladies, all will be explored in its fullest. It will be complete fun time for you. Proper precautions and care is advisable while enjoying life. Okay, just a moment. So, okay, I'm sorry. This is getting, Okay. So basically, it's a good phase for you, foreign affairs, and a lot of good activities. If you have any Papa Graha in the Karka Cancer Rashi, then this foreign journey can land you in prison or jail instead. So check what planets you have in Karka Rashi. Yes, indeed, it will create major issues if you have Shani, Mangal, Surya, etc. in your Karka Rashi. In that scenario, a jail yoga for imprisonment, is getting activated. So you need to be cautious on that front, right? With Papa Grahas in Cancer, Karka, or even Surya in Karka, this Rahu will give eye diseases, reduce the eyesight, might have to wear glasses for reading, etc. Take care of your eyes. It can also cause problems to your feet, and check it out if you have Guru Jupiter in Cancer or Karka Rashi. In that scenario, you need to be better cautious with wounds, cuts, as healing will not be done, and a small cut can result into major health hazard like gangrene, etc. If you're diabetic, this is your case. You better be cautious. With Guru Jupiter, you are prone to biles, tumors, ulcers, cancers. For ladies, fear of breast cancer, etc. is possible. So be proactive and do the regular health checkups in that scenario. Guru Rahu. See, Guru Rahu is basically a Chandali yoga. And Guru is what? Guru is the fat. And Rahu is what? Rahu is a rottening of that fat. Yeah, so Rahu is rottening of that fat. So you will definitely be a person who's susceptible or prone to cancerous growth. Yeah, so be careful on that front. Okay, so this is Singer, and okay, the sixth house Ketu will eliminate your enemies and you will go into self-imposed dietary restrictions. It is a good time for financial give and take. You have to pay off the existing loans and can get new loans too. Digestive disorders, abdominal gases can make you go mad. So take care of your abdomen. Spine is affected as well. So have good sleep every day and do not stretch yourself too much in daily activities. Some relaxation is must. So that's all for you people. Enjoy your foreign connections, stay and do not land up in jail. Okay. For further personalized readings, always contact me. Kanya, Virgo. Yeah, so Kanya Rashi or Virgo Rashi or Ascendant. So I can say one thing, यारों ने मेरे वास्ते क्या कुछ नहीं किया, 100 बार शुक्रिया तेरा, 100 बार शुक्रिया. Yeah. So this is a famous song of one of Hindi movie. A friend in need is a friend indeed. That is the baseline of this song. So your destiny will be rewritten by your friends. Yes, I am very sure that your friends will guide you to the name, fame, and wealth. Yeah, absolutely. So for Kanya people, the 11th house Rahu, take my word, you are going to get 3-4 people or 2-3 people in these 18 months time, and these 2-3 people are going to write your destiny for next 18 years time. Yeah, so 11th house Rahu is amazing. 11th house Rahu is amazing. Okay, so just help people, be nice to friends, be humble, and work for their betterment. Check out what planets you have in the Karka Rashi in your own Kundali horoscope. If you have Shani, Mangal, Ketu placed in the Karka Rashi in natal horoscope, then the above results can be reversed. Instead of landing into a well-defined life, you might land up in some problem, some major issue, some criminal activity, and because of friends, you will witness the fall from position and bad name. Life can take a U-turn. So check your 11th house. If you have wrong planets, malefic planets, papagrahas in your natal Karka Rashi, in the Kundali, in the 11th house, then you better be cautious because this Rahu will create all the wrong impacts then. Without a reference connection, people cannot reach some influential person. But if you have a resourceful friend, one word, one phone call can do wonders for you. So be a good friend, dear. Yeah, so just be good to your friends. Just be nice to them. Do some things for them. A few influential people can change your life. I already told you. On personal front, take care of your children. If you are a woman or if your wife is pregnant, then be careful. The chances of miscarriage, abortions are high. Go for a C-section, cesarean delivery, premature delivery is promised. If you have uh, uh, if you or your wife, if you have or your wife has Mangal Mars in Cancer, okay, if you or your wife has Mangal Mars in Cancer, then stillborn baby can be born. So check your natal Kundali, because Ketu in fifth house is not good for childbirth. If you are a woman and you're pregnant, and your Virgo ascendant or Virgo moon sign, you need my help. You better connect me. Yeah, just write to me and just go for a reading, and I'll tell you what is to be done, what is not to be done. Because this fifth house transiting Ketu is not good for pregnant women. Okay. So moral of the story is just love your friends and leave these 18 years, 18 months for friends and see the miracle. Rahu Maharaj will show you the pinnacle of success and glory. Chant Om Ram Rahave Nama mantra every day for 108 times. And if needed any other help to activate this yoga, write to me. I'm always there to help you out. Yeah, so this is the part one. I will connect with the rest of the Rashis in part two. Yeah, because this is too much. I can't, talk that much right now. Okay, so read the predictions carefully. If you do not understand anything, if you need some help on understanding your Kundali or horoscope, or if you haven't understood any aspect, whatever I have written or spoken here, you can always book a reading, and I'm always there for you. Okay, share, like, comment, and that's it. I think I should better stop here. My blessings to all of you. If I have said anything wrong, knowingly or unknowingly, just forgive me. Yeah, it is very, very important. Janta, Janardhan, you all people are very, very important. So my blessings to all of you. May Gurudev bless you all. Namaste, Dhanyavad, and thank you very much. Bye bye.